Good afternoon. It's been a while since I've recorded a video, but I have been a busy fella. I've had some health problems this summer. I'll probably make another video about that. But this last week I have been in the process of closing in part of my loft upstairs where I have ham radio equipment. I thought I'd show you real quick what I'd been doing. Flip the camera. So this is upstairs loft. You can kind of see out the apartment, out the garage. Our apartment sits directly underneath us. So I enclosed the open loft, and as you come in here, this is where I've always stored all of my camping gear and fishing and hunting, all the stuff, and then tried to add my ham radio stuff up here. It was a mess. Everything was just in a pile. So me and a neighbor spent 3 or 4 days building shelves, and I've got all my camping and fishing and hunting gear all put up, totes labeled. You can see all the hunting gear in the corner, and my fishing poles up on the ceiling. I've got everything, all the chairs put in the corner, my archery gear. This is really what I've been trying to get to the point. This is my ham radio equipment. I've got a local repeater for the neighborhood. I've got VHF, UHF radio. I've got a HF radio. Got a license probably 2 months ago now, my general class ham license. And I can now speak around the world on that bigger radio there that you see. The small one underneath is the one I can talk to local repeaters on and person-to-person traffic. But the top one, the bigger one there, is a Yaesu 710. I can talk on, it's going to be Greek to most people, but I can talk on everything from 6 meters up to 160 meters on that radio. So I can talk around the world. All those old ham radio stories you remember hearing about where you talk to people on the other side of the world, that's the radio. I've got the antenna up for it. Got all my equipment put away. Also, a friend of mine from church, permanently loaned, temporarily loaned, I don't know, whatever you want to say, a bunch of reloading equipment. We've got it set up here so that we can both reload off of his equipment. It's in a good place here where we can work on that. So I haven't really done anything with it yet other than just put the equipment here and get everything set up. So it's clean and ready to go. That may be another winter project, but this was all open to the shop. So wintertime it was whatever temperature it was outside, and summertime it was whatever temperature is in your attic. So it's probably 120 degrees up here a lot of summer. But now I'll have the ability to heat and cool this room. I've got a vent open now from downstairs, and it will heat and cool this room. It's not terribly insulated at this point. That wall's got 2 inches of insulation. The ceiling's got solar eclipse is what they rolled this in. It's kind of like double bubble with an extra layer. And so you can see all that insulation there. It's R6 or R8, somewhere in that neighborhood. But that's all the insulation I've got in here now. I may put more later. We'll have to see. But for right now, it is clean, it is dry, it is cooler, and it is warmer, and it is not nearly as dusty, and my cats don't leave cat hair all over everything in the universe. So that's all anyway. So I just wanted to share that with you. This was a later summer project. Our farm garden is winding down. Karen's still picking some peas, and we're still getting some peppers. We got lima beans coming on, but everything else, tomatoes, we're still getting a few tomatoes. Our tomatoes came on late. We've just had probably out of 12 plants, I'd say we've got half of a 5-gallon bucket. We're picking about once a week right now, and not very many. I don't know that they're going to make. So this is just an off year for tomatoes. Last year was a bumper crop for tomatoes, and we had lots of them. So we had a bunch of them canned up, and we're all right. So same way with green beans. Didn't get all that many green beans this year, but last year we canned up enough for 2 or 3 years worth. So I think that's probably all I've got for Phillips on the Farm today. We're still doing eggs. I'm about to start butchering again if I can ever get my freezer fixed. I've got parts ordered, and the fellow that I had scheduled to come put the parts in has no-showed me 3 or 4 times. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with him, but it is time to start butchering. I've got some beef and some pigs and sheep all scheduled to all be butchered this fall to share with friends and neighbors. I usually butcher on the halves. Don't have a commercial butcher shop. Don't sell butchering stuff. So usually just butcher what I can eat or what the family can eat, and occasionally a down cow for a neighbor or something like that. It's all private. There's no commercial business here. Just try to do it to keep groceries in the freezers as much as anything. So I'll get around and record another video or two. Hopefully I've got a couple of other plans in the works that won't be long. Maybe a sawmill coming up here in the next month or so. I've got a bandsaw mill, and I'm going to try to get it set up and put out. And I've got a pile of logs out there, a bunch of pine logs to cut into 2x4s, and a dear friend of mine, Joe Carter, has got a pile of cedar out there that he wants to cut. So I told him if he'd help me come set up the sawmill, we'd cut him some cedar too. So hopefully those projects are on the near future, and I can share those with you. Also, maybe some storage built out here. I've purchased a semi-truck trailer, and hopefully I'll get it moved out here, kind of push up a pad for it, and turn it into some storage. I'm renting 2 storage units in town, which is convenient but not economical. So try to get my stuff moved out here and keep it all on the farm and pay for it myself. I'm already paying for the dirt. Might as well not pay somebody else for theirs. So going to the Naturals game tonight. I'll share that one with you. Hopefully maybe somebody out there will join us. Message me if you're going to be at the Naturals game tonight. We'd love to see you. I think this is going to be our 7th or 8th game of the season. I set a goal for 6, and we've exceeded it this year. So this will be a good year. Lots of baseball with the wife. She's my baseball buddy, and I appreciate her going with me. We enjoy time at the ball field, and then it'll be back to work tomorrow. So that's about all I got for Phillips on the Farm. We love you guys. Say a prayer for us. We'll be saying one for you guys. We appreciate every one of the listeners out there. Y'all have a great day. God bless.